What's about there? There we go.
Ooh, hold it up. Mm. So that was an actual seasoning made for fish. Phenomenal. As to where this is made for more like pork and chicken. This is made for more like steak. All three of them are 10 out of 10s. Without a doubt.
So Matt was asking what was number 2.
That was the sweet and tangy barbecue. Then let's see here. This was the ranch seasoning. And I have a feeling that this flavor is going to be out of control. Mm-hmm. That's actually an 11.
So ranch seasoning by far the winner.
Ranch
so far?
seasoning, I think, for as far as like just flavor overall, like what the seasoning contributed. And I am also, this is the skinny part, so this is the fattier part of the salmon, so there's that can weigh into some of it as well. This was
Cajun and butter.
oh, this is
Or Cajun seasoning. Yeah.
Cajun and seasoning. That's right.
Look at that.
Cajun's just phenomenal. That make a cat turd taste good. Wow. You guys. That's all phenomenal. Super easy. All we did was take the skin off, dice it up. So here we had, here we go. I'll do this. That, sweet and tangy. Here we had butter dust and primo. That was seasoning.
Yeah. Seasoning and butter dust. Just gotta find another butter dust right here.
And then we had just ranch seasoning by itself.
Yeah. Which is back there.
And then
That was Cajun and seasoning.
Cajun seasoning. All right.
People are asking, what's the protein that you cooked here?
This was salmon bites. So this was the viral where I peeled the skin off the salmon, cut it up into chunks. All I didn't use a binder or anything. All I did was put the seasoning onto the salmon, threw it in our air fryer, 390 degrees for 7 minutes. And this is what we got. Now, I think in the comments, everybody was saying the 2, was it 2?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the winner for sure.
So 2 is sweet and tangy barbecue. Looks phenomenal, tasted phenomenal, but my personal feedback on it was it sweet and tangy barbecue, more for like pork and ribs. That's a 10 out of 10, but I wouldn't have thought to do that. Sometimes it's just playing around in the kitchen doing something that you wouldn't think to do. The one that I'd say was the best out of all these, like this was a 10, this was a 10, this was a 10, this was a 10, this was an 11. The ranch seasoning, the ranch umami that you got, like you're taking 2 of the best things in the world, cheese and ranch, and mixing it together. And this is what you got.
Got one question from Kate Matlock. I just want to know if they're low sodium friendly.
Absolutely. So this is what I love to show people. This is what started with Danos. Okay? Original and spicy. Back in the day, you got original and you got spicy. Right here. That's how it all started, my friends. I'll actually show you the original labels. 10 years ago, this was the original Danos. Original and spicy. What made this special? This is what I love to show people. This is all the salt in the bottle. No sugar, no chemicals. It's real sea salt and real natural ingredients. So the rest of that space are the herbs and spices. That's why you can see when we use Danos, we are very conscious of the sodium that's in our product. That's what allows us to use more of the actual seasonings, more of the herbs and spices. We're gonna, here in a minute, we're gonna clean this up. And we're gonna get all these spices poured out on a board for you to see, so you can just see the herbs and spices that we use. Even with our outlaws, we're still sodium conscious. It's not packed full of salt. We call them outlaws because we use a little bit of sugar. When you use sugar, you use a little anti-caking. So we wanted to be very transparent with you guys and say, hey, our outlaws, yes, they have a little bit of this in there, but that's also why it's called an outlaw. Our premium blends and our seasonings, none of them have more than that much salt right there. All natural, no sugar, no chemicals, no seed oils, none of that junk, you guys. This is the real deal seasoning. The real deal Holyfield is why we say you don't know till you Dano, and yum yum, get you some. All right, let's clear this up, and I'm gonna show y'all something. We're gonna get all these flavors poured out on a board. I'm gonna keep them.
I got you.
Back up here. But I agree, though. I think the best looking one was Sweet and Tangy, or the Primo right there. I mean, the Primo, you just can't beat that.
Someone said, pass that board over to me while we wait. Real deal Holyfield. Someone said, aren't you in Louisville, home of the rope dope champion Muhammad Ali?
Yes, we are. Indeed, we are. Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky, right
All
here.
right. We're gonna set this to the side. I'm sure everybody's gonna eat it while it's off cameras.
So we also made this awesome shrimp earlier. Look at the color on that shrimp. There's a little bit of that chili lime. Throw some oil and some butter inside of a pan. It's all. It only takes 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes.
All right, here we go, you guys. We got any shout outs?
Nope, never know.
We got our flash deal rolling?
Yep.
All right.
$99 right here, right now on the TikTok
All right.
shop.
All right. So here we go, you guys. We're gonna lay everything out.
We've got the little trays over there if you need those at all.
Yep.
We're just gonna make a little diorama here. Danorama.
Original.
I have a question for you from Camco for real. One question, please suggest a seasoning to go with, what does it say? Pan fried hamburger. Like ground beef or actual hamburger patties?
I mean, to be honest with you, that right there is all you need for some ground beef. But why not use the Chipotle?
What would you use for shredded chicken? Yeah. It's from Landononium.
Now look at this one here. This is our most underrated seasoning. Our crunchy. Now, we all know how popular the everything bagel seasoning is out there. And so I wanted to develop one but give it more flavor than just a bunch of salt that's usually in those that you find out there. So most of them are 200 plus milligrams of sodium, as to where we are the same thing in all of these products. Never more than that right there. Never more than that in the bottle. got that. Where's the seasoning? So next up was the seasoning. And then came, was it Primo next?
Yep.
It was?
Yep.
We got Primo. And that is just a little black garlic that sticks together a little bit. So there is our first 6 seasonings of Dano's. Let's walk through the timeline. So this was 2015 that I had the idea. I came into the bar where I was bartending, and I brought some chicken in because I love to cook for people. There was one guy sitting there, and I was like, hey, you want to try some of this chicken? He was like, yeah. He took one bite, and he was like, this is the best chicken ever. Why aren't you selling it? And I was like, Dano's. Don't sell the chicken, sell the seasoning. So that's what I did. I started figuring out, how am I going to package this? How do I need a logo? How am I going to do this? August 2016, this was the original bottles of Dano's. That's what it looked like in 2016. Now, if you notice, it looks a lot different. I was like, I went out there, put this into a couple farmers markets. Got it in my first grocery store where they had 4 stores. And I would go in and I would demo the product. And when I was demoing the product, I started to realize that, like, okay, I need to change this, I need to change this. This is not what's going to get Dano's nationwide. This big vision, this big picture that I had wasn't this. So for the next 8 months, I literally spent repackaging the product to get to this right here. And then after this, it was getting to this. And now we're in the middle of a new packaging. But I just want to tell you the story of the herbs and spices that are in here. So the beautiful thing about Dano's is it's made with real herbs and spices and the right amount of sea salt. So we don't use a cheap salt. We use a real sea salt. So you actually get more. When using less, you actually get more out of it because the sea salt is just a saltier bite, a saltier flavor than a cheap iodine. The lemon peel, we got orange peel in there, the garlic, the onion, and then this is the spicy version of it. So basically, almost the same identical flavor, just a spicy version of it. And that's all that existed with Dano's for the first, all the way up until 2021. November 2021 is when Chipotle came out. And you can see next step after that was our crunchy. And this is like going viral on TikTok. Everybody's loving the product, loving the fact that it's not packed full of salt. And then the next product was cheesening. Now, so the cheesening has its own story. The very first flea market that I tell you guys that I did in 2017, the big flea market, I brought some Parmesan cheese and mixed it with my Dano's and was letting people try it, and everybody wanted to buy it. So I was like, oh, one day I gotta sell this. So that's how cheesening came to be. And then we came out with the Primo. This is one of our top sellers. And look at this, you guys. It's got real black garlic, black sesame seeds, black cumin seeds, which is called a nigili seed. So black cumin, Aleppo flake, the black garlic, and of course black pepper. It's a black pepper forward, so we wanted to make a kind of like a salt, pepper, garlic, but make it better. And so that's how Primo happened, my friends. So let's, what we're gonna do, we're gonna stagger this. I've never done this before.
Yeah, I was wondering how you're gonna have the back row back there behind them.
You have to flip it around, I think.
Make a lazy Susan out of it.
It's not a bad idea there, Nicholas.
Thinking on the fly. We're doing it live, y'all. Oh God. Oh. Oh, we're gonna hit all four sides? Oh no, here we go.
There we are.
Look at that. So, shall we continue? Next up, and this product has a story of its own. What I think is super special about this is it's taco seasoning. But Dano's is not packed full of salt, right? So I wanted to make a taco seasoning that wasn't using modified cornstarch. Every single taco packet that you find at the store has got modified cornstarch, some sort of starch, some sort of flour, some sort of filler. When you look at our taco blend, our ingredients, it's real simple. Let me read it to you. Chili peppers, granulated garlic, sea salt, granulated cumin, ground cumin, green chili, dried lemon peel, dried rosemary, oregano, cilantro, ground cayenne. And it's not spicy. So yes, is there cayenne pepper in there? Yes, but it's not spicy. I made this to where your whole family could enjoy, to where when you make that taco, we don't have a clump and lumping problem. If you ever get a little clump, it comes right apart because we don't have sugar in there, nothing that's gonna keep that like clump together. So we don't have a clump and lumping problem. That is real taco seasoning, my friends. The real deal. Yum yum, get you some. Why use chemicals when you don't have to? You don't have to, not when you got Dano's. That's why we put the O in taco. Seasoning. Let's talk about seasoning. So I wanted to make a seafood seasoning similar to some of the seafood seasonings you may taste out there, but it's not packed full of salt. Like I said, once again, we're only 50 milligrams of sodium per serving. None of these bottles have more than that in there. And so we just basically used more herbs and spices without all the salt, but the salt that we do use is a real sea salt, and that's what makes our seasoning, the Blue Top, special. Cajun. Cajun. Cajun's very similar to taco because every taco seasoning you find on the market has got what? Some sort of modified cornstarch, some sort of flour, some sort of filler. Almost all the Cajun seasonings you find out there are going to be over 200 milligrams of sodium, sugar, salt. Where's the real spices? Here's the real spices, my friends. Right there. Our Cajun. I talked to some of my Cajun friends and got inspired to create a Cajun blend that's using the real authentic Cajun herbs and spices, being white pepper, paprika, a little sumac is in there, oregano, the thyme. So you can see all these herbs and spices in our Cajun, is to where when you find some of those other Cajun seasonings that are just packed full of salt, you're not really getting this texture. You're not going to be able to cook with it and get a herb crust.
How long did you take to perfect that Cajun? I have someone in here saying
This has been a little over 2 years for sure.
So you did your research, made sure.
100%.
Got it.
I mean, I know the taco we spent about 2 years. The seasoning we spent about 2 years, because back when we were stuck here in like original and spicy land with Chipotle and Crunchy, these were in the works. We were seeing the future. We were like, all right, we're going to eventually make these products. So the wheels were already spinning with them.
And we got 2 purchases.
2 purchases.
We got Joe Navarro
and
then Stephen Hopkins.
Stephen Hopkins, 863. Yum Yum Robinson.
Why don't you tell everyone, why are you giving people shout outs? Like, what's going on right now?
This here? It's when you buy this right here. So we are right now going through all of these products if you got it in your TikTok basket already, you might as well go on and buy it, because if you want the best seasonings on the market,
It's
what
the
you
best.
do.
It's the best damn deal.
It's the best damn deal we're ever gonna have. It's all 20 flavors. We're going through it right now, explaining to you all 20 and how we came up with them, the timeline.
The holidays are coming, and if you want to show your neighbor you like them, this is the perfect time to do it.
100%. And so here we have our chili lime, which is my favorite, and our Italiano. So Italiano, similar to taco and Cajun, but not, because most of your Italian seasonings that you find out there are just the herbs, right? As you can see here, we added a little garlic, we added a little sea salt, we added some onion, we gave it some bell pepper in there, bring some real flavor to the Italian herbs and spices. So it's really just my take on what I thought an Italian seasoning should be like. And then here we have the chili lime. Look at this. That, my friends, is real chili lime. Look how rich the colors are. Look at that. The Aleppo flake. We got Aleppo pepper in there. We got Korean chili flake, and then it's real lime juice, dehydrated lime juice. There's nothing like our chili lime. Absolutely nothing like it. That's why it's my favorite one of these. If you can look at all of these textures, I mean, just look at how rich that flavor is right there. It's a beautiful thing.
Someone asked, is the ranch seasoning included in that bundle?
The ranch seasoning's in there as well. So this, my friends, is our premium blends plus the seasoning. So the other seasonings is the ranch seasoning right here, jalapeno seasoning, and red pepper seasoning. And so that's your little cheese block. So what you're getting with this entire deal here is all 20 bottles, my friends. We went off on a tangent when somebody asked about salt. So all these products here, none of them have more than that much salt in the bottle. None of these. Now, what we do have is the outlaws down here. Still sodium conscious. They're not packed full of salt. They just might have a little sugar. When you have sugar, you might have to have a little anti-caking to keep things from caking up on you. But that is everything Dano's has to offer. We created these awesome outlaw flavors. Black and Bloody Mary, butter steak, butter dust, absolutely phenomenal. All three of these make some of the best steaks you ever had. Is to where here you got the sweet and tangy made with tamarind, barbecue rub, or spicy barbecue rub, and then you have the sweet Caribbean. Wanted this to be like a Caribbean jerk, but it came out to be more sweet than it did jerky. But it still has all that jerk flavor in there, the allspice, the nutmeg, and so we just stuck with sweet Caribbean because it was too good not to put into a bottle. But yeah, you guys, that is everything we had to offer right there. It's $100. Actually, it's $99. On the TikTok shop, you can get a deal right now. It's not a deal, it's a steal.
Someone said it's sad there's not one on top, Dan. There you go. Put the. Now you got the full pyramid.
Pyramid of love, right there.
There it is.
Pyramid of flavor. Best holiday gift you can get
It
somebody.
is. You guys, it's literally less than $5 a bottle. We've never done that. We've always wanted, I've always said in my videos, if I could sell it for $1, I 100% would.
Getting closer.
Getting closer, but I don't know how much closer we can get, to be honest. But that's the deal. That's the deal of the day. If you got it in your shop, in your shopping cart right now, make the purchase. I don't know what else more it takes to show you guys what you're actually getting. Some real herbs and spices made with real sea salt. That's all the salt in our bottle. None of these bottles have more than that much salt there.
What do you always say? You can lead a horse to Some
I can
water.
lead a horse to the water, but I can't make it drink. Now, let's do this. Let's move these to the side. Let's look at our outlaws. So, sweet and tangy, made with tamarind. Look at that. We actually use real cane sugar in there. That's right. It'll clump together a little bit. You just gotta go in there and just kind of break it up, give it a squeeze. That's because it does have sugar in it, and we use real cane sugar. The cane sugar to hold up to the high heat sometimes, and maybe when you're gonna cook something like ribs or something like a pork butt, wings. So we got a little cane sugar in there. This is our spicy barbecue. This is made with a granulated sugar. Look at that. So there's our spicy barbecue. Absolutely phenomenal. Here is that sweet Caribbean. Like I said, this is not open. The sweet Caribbean.
Are you pinning it, Nick? Let's see, pinned again.
Yeah.
Sweet Caribbean.
Go back to the other one now.
All the Caribbean jerk flavors. Look at that. That is just a beautiful spice, to be honest.
Alright.
Dan's being honest, y'all.
That should be
Be honest. So it has the thyme, the parsley, the coriander, the cinnamon, the dried orange peel, a little bay leaf, the allspice and nutmeg, and a little habanero. Everything that goes into a Caribbean jerk, it just didn't turn out to be super spicy. So instead of turning the heat up, I was like, it's amazing. Let's just sell that. Like, call it sweet Caribbean.
Got a question for you. This is from over on the other stream.
Yeah.
This one says, you ever mix them all together just to see what they taste like?
I have not done that.
The graveyard?
That'd be interesting. Now this will change your life. Put that on popcorn. Butter dust, you guys. This is another one that we worked on for about 2 years and almost didn't do it, but then when we decided to do the Outlaws, we're like, no, we have to do it because it's just that good. Then you have Blackened Bloody Mary. Look at this one. Phenomenal. One of the best Bloody Mary rimmers. Put it in the Bloody Mary, put it on the rim of the Bloody Mary. One of the best things you'll ever taste in your life. And then here we have one of our new top sellers. This is our butter steak. This is where butter dust met Primo, and they had a baby.
They fell in love.
There's our love story.
There's our love child.
There it is.
We have some more purchases.
Oh,
Who we
snap.
got? Who we got?
Oh, we lost it.
We got Wes.
Wes. Yum Yum got him some.
That's an inappropriate name, but just say aliens.
Alien. Yum Yum got him some.
And Mousy with another purchase.
Who?
Mousy.
Mouse niece.
Mouse Niece.
Another purchase.
Yum Yum
Second
got
purchase.
some. Second purchase.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Really
it, my
flavor
friends.
rich.
Look at that. You know what you don't see here is a bunch of salt.
Mm.
I see a bunch of flavor. I smell a bunch of flavor. It's actually a beautiful thing. Look at that.
We need one of those painter's palettes like Bob Ross and put
Yeah.
all those on there. Dan Ross.
Dan Ross.
Hey, Mousy just said she made another purchase because this is for Christmas.
There it is,
There we
guys.
go.
Get it over with.
I wish I was that proactive and started my Christmas shopping right now. I always say I'm going to do it every year, and I never do. But you know what?
Mm.
Now's the time to do it. Get
Shout out to
in.
Brandy Ballard who just made a purchase.
Woo!
Randy Ballard. Randy, thank you. Look at all those herbs. Look at all
That does look like a little Bob Ross
Mm-hmm.
painting.
Little palette.
Little palette there.
Need a paintbrush.
20.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked, "Where's the big hat?"
Oh no. Where is the big
I
hat?
don't know. Look at that. That's a worker.
A lot of people asking to mix them all together, Dan. I mean, they are on there. Could you name them all if the bottles weren't on there right now?
Yes.
Blindfolded?
That would be fun.
Lots of blindfold tests we got today.
100%. I wouldn't get stopped.
So Dan, we have a lot of people just now joining us. Tell them why we're here. What is going on?
Well, we have this beautiful masterpiece in front of us. That is all 20 flavors of Danos, you guys. All 20. You're getting everything. Everything. For $100. Actually $99. And you can probably get it on sale on the TikTok shop using one of their coupons, get it even cheaper.
And when does this deal go away?
Today.
So better get on it.
Is it going to be around?
I think Friday. It's the last day.
Friday. Well, the flash deal is right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm, right.
Just keep an eye on when we're live for these awesome flash sales.
Right. If you're in here right now and you got it in your cart, might as well go on and do it. It's only a matter of time.
And plus, I'd be
'Cause you don't
really
know-
impressed if you're buying them for Christmas or
You
the
don't know-
holidays, because
So you didn't know.
that's some really good getting ready.
Jay Breezy TTV asks, best seasoning for steak.
Mm.
Primo, butter steak, black and Bloody Mary, crunchy, Cajun, seafood seasoning. It's phenomenal on steaks. Chili lime, phenomenal on steak. Yeah.
We got another purchase. Shout out to it is what it is.
Is what it is.
Yum, yum, gotcha.
Someone said just bought my first Danos just bought some Danos from Publix. I'm impressed so far with the flavors.
Publix fan now.
So I got a lot of people asking where you can buy Danos. You can buy it right here on the TikTok shop. But if you're looking to find it in some retailers, we do have a store locator not on TikTok. You have to go over to our website. But you're gonna find some of the best deals right here on the TikTok shop.
Right here, right now. I feel like that's a song.
It is.
Right here. I can't sing.
Rachel's gonna do karaoke for us, y'all.
Uh-oh. Look out.
All right, Dan, I'm gonna wrap this one up over here on this side.
Later on, you guys.